the microphone issue. I hope you all can hear me. I'll try my hardest to yell as loud as I can for as long as I can. We do need to go over a few safety issues before we begin this demonstration. First thing, guys, is we ask that you all please do not sit, stand, or lean on any of our fragile historic shellstone walls, specifically this eastern parapet here that looks so inviting to sit on, I know. But we never know which block is going to fall next, and if you're standing on the one that falls, you're going to go down a 35-foot cheese grater slide, and if you survive, they'll charge you to get back in. Nobody wants that. Now, secondly, guys, you guys are already doing a fabulous job, but we ask that until after the cannon has been declared safe and the demonstration is over, we ask you to wait behind this white line with the green cones. But after the demonstration, I will make sure and tell you guys when you can come across to take pictures or ask questions of the soldados today. And lastly, guys, we are about to fire a cannon. It's going to be very loud. So if you're wearing hearing aids, you may want to consider turning those down. If you have small children, you may want to help them cover up their ears. And speaking of covering your ears, all of the commands you're going to hear up here today, guys, are in Castilian Spanish from the 18th century. How's everybody's Castilian Spanish from the 18th century? Okay, so in case anybody doesn't have a command of Castilian Spanish, there will be one command given in English, which will be to cover your ears. If you hear fire, it's too late to cover your ears. So, yeah, we will say cover your ears, guys. So if you're covering your ears right now, I can assure you this cannon is not going to go off until at least I'm done talking. So what we're going to do for you guys up here, guys, we're going to fire a 6-pounder iron gun. So how much does a cannonball weigh?
5 pounds.
And what's the cannon made out of? Iron, right. So with 3 pounds of black powder, which is half the weight of the projectile, this 6-pounder iron gun could fire a solid baseball-sized ball out to about 1.5 miles. If you need a reference for 1.5 miles, take a look at the lighthouse out there. That's 1.5 miles. Now consider this. This would have been one of the smaller cannon up on this gun deck during the colonial and revolutionary period. The larger 14, 18, 24-pounders have a capability of firing about twice that distance. So, out to about 3 miles, which are with our largest cannon on this gun deck. Now, question, are you going to hit your target at 3 miles with a smoothbore cannon? Probably not, but you only have to get close with one, and that has to do with the design of this fort. If you got close to an enemy ship with a 24-pound cannonball, they knew that because of these diamond-shaped bastions on each corner with multiple embrasures, that the next shot could not only be one, but maybe up to 10 or 12 cannons. So the 3-mile line mark was a limit that was set by the larger cannons on this gun deck, and anything closer than that, these guns get much more accurate and much more destructive. So the object was to keep the enemy at bay by intimidating them by just firing one little warning shot. Now this fort, guys, is 345 years old. It's never been taken by force. Part of the reason for that is the design and the firepower, but another reason for that is the trained and disciplined soldados excuse me, who lived in the Presidio and worked here at the fort. So while they're on their shift, they are doing things like training on these cannon up here. Why are they training on these cannon? Because there's no manual that reads how to fire a cannon in the 18th century. And if there was one, they probably wouldn't be able to read it. So, the drill you guys are going to see here is a recreation of how the Spanish would train their cañoneros in the 1740s. You will hear a command for every single movement that every single position has. Now, during a time of battle, they would have only been given one command, and that would have been to basically load and fire these cannons. And a skilled gun crew who were trained on all these movements that you guys are about to see could fluidly and efficiently fire this weapon at about 45 seconds if need be. So, one thing of note, we would not be able to recreate this drill for you here today if it weren't for a key group of individuals known as our park volunteers. Guys, our volunteers here at the Castillo are the backbone of this program. All of these folks you see up here today on this gun deck are volunteers. They're people just like you who came out to explore their national parks, decided they liked it enough to hang around and donate their valuable time to come out here and bring history alive for you all today. So if you could please join me in a round of applause.